Peace and love, Supreme Soul family. Welcome to the Sacred Tea Square. I'm the creator and host, Teleficent, the excellent T Honey, the artist. Really quickly, I'd like to invite you guys to join the Order of the Sacred Tea Square Facebook page. That's facebook.com/the Order of the Sacred Ones. That is how you guys could message me and book personal readings. Okay? This is going to be this week's spiritual whisper session. Okay? If you guys would like me to channel any of your loved ones, you could donate to Cash App T Honey the Artist. Okay? All right. And I could channel your past on loved one for you. Otherwise, what I'm going to do as I was intuitively led to do for tonight. Okay. So, pardon me for being a little later than usual. It was my birthday. Okay. Happy birthday to all of the Capricorns out there. Okay. December Cappies, we turning up. So, sorry, I'm a little bit later than usual. In fact, this is going to be a special spiritual whisper session because I am more than certain that I have my actual relatives getting ready to come through this session because I've been channeling them off and on throughout the day today. Um, I didn't know if I was supposed to go live and bring the messages from them or not. But after I got done visiting with family and friends, I went into a meditative state, took a brief nap, took a break from it. Okay. And when I woke up right before going live here, I knew when I woke up, like, yeah, you're supposed to bring these messages from your peoples. So today's messages are brought by the letter A. A being ancestors. Okay. They told me to take it back to Sesame Street. And by that they mean ABC 1, 2, 3. Okay? Because we're doing a lot of master stuff. Okay? And the reason they want me to take it back, ABC 1, 2, 3, okay, is so that we can break down all of this here that we're going through or that we feel like we have to do, our spiritual journeys, um, our particular divine purposes, okay? What is it we're meant to do in this world? Because we are just discovering our purposes. Once we figure out our divine path and the journey we are meant to take and what all that entails, it can be like, oh my God, I'm supposed to do that? How, sensei? Okay? It can get a little crazy. So, I'm going to get a sip of this water and then I'm going to begin to describe to you the messages that I am getting. Okay? Okay. They told me to label this message Exito Quarantina. Just so you know how real the message about to be. Okay? We're going to let you ponder that while I take a sip. Gotta get my water intake up. I just woke up. Okay? So if I'm going to be channeling these messages, I gotta drink some more water real quick. But they told me to channel this message and name it. I don't know if I'm gonna get the whole flame on camera. I want it all on camera. Okay? But I'd rather be safe and do like that. Whatever. Okay. They told me to name this Exito Quarantina. Okay. I'm like, Exito Quarantina? What the heck does that mean? By the way, these messages are being channeled through from my great aunts and uncles. Okay? So, my great grandmother and great grandfather on my father's side, they had 6 boys and 6 girls. Okay? 4 of which have passed on. Okay? 5 if I add my great uncle Charles's wife, my aunt Queen, who it was recently her birthday. I was thinking of her right before her birthday came up. I didn't even know it was gonna be her birthday, except for one of my other cousins posted a picture of her, like, "Hey, today's her birthday," commemorating her, and that was cool. And I was like, "Oh, that's why I was thinking of her." Okay, so if I include her, I have 5 great aunts and uncles coming through here. A, to wish me a happy birthday, and B, to help us divine star seeds further our divine path at this time. Okay, they said name is EXO QUARANTINA. I was like, what the hell? And Spirit basically co-signed on it. The divine source was like, yeah, EXO QUARANTINA. And by the way, when were you gonna do your second quarantine message? And I was like, oh. Okay, so when all of this here, COVID and all of like that kicked off, and they first started talking about quarantine, this or that. Okay, I believe it was back in March or April. I did a message about the experiences that I was having. Okay, beginning that whole process. Okay, um, messages that I was getting from Source of Spirit about how the people and our attitudes were the actual real virus, and messages that I was getting about um, the fear and the panic projections, and triggers, us being severely triggered, okay, by certain things, and how the divine was basically using COVID to show us how energy works, how energy can spread, how energy can move. Okay, so this was the messages that I was bringing forth as it relates to that back in April. I never did do another message, is what they're telling me. And it's just because me getting caught up in a whirlwind of my own particular ascension during this time, Um, during this time, I've discovered I'm a medium. Okay, been told by many I was clairvoyant or a prophet or a seer. I even had my own interesting experience when COVID first kicked off. I went home to visit my grandparents because Spirit put it on my heart to do that, even though they didn't want me to come. Okay, I went through a trigger during that time because my grandfathers, they didn't come see me when I was in town. Only my grandmother showed up for me, which triggered the whole thing and made me feel away. It triggered me into some healing in regards to my masculine energy and my divine feminine energy as well. It really kicked off my journey, those particular triggers. Even though I was still on it, those triggers kicked everything off for me in a more heightened direction. I really do believe during that springtime, this is when the divine was calling me to emerge as like a spiritual leader and or teacher. Um, so it was an interesting experience back then because I met a young man just off the cuff, visiting with my cousins, off the cuff in the middle of the night, like 3 or 4 a.m. I met this young man who was attempting to change his life. He was transitioning out of like street life, and um, I remember him being deeply convicted within himself. Just he didn't want to harm any of his brothers or his sisters no more. He didn't want to cause anybody else any type of harm or anything because he realized everyone is really essentially an extension of himself. You know what I mean? He was coming to some powerful realizations. And I just got to intuitively just reading this young man and telling this young man things about himself or why he was experiencing those things. Hence him calling me a prophet after that. Okay. And I got a reading shortly before that. I always knew I was intuitive, right? But I never saw myself as a psychic or as a true medium or being a spiritual teacher. Okay, of course, you never envision yourself as the teacher, but of course, like one of my favorite movies, The Last Dragon, shows us. Okay, The Last Dragon, man, it teaches you you are the master, man. You are the master. And yes, the master is eternally the student, which is why it's hard for us to see ourselves as the master. But them having me reflect upon that time, it was a, it was to highlight, let's say, the fact that now I'm tapping into these mediumship gifts. Now I've incorporated one night um particular to this channel where I do channel messages from spirit or from past on loved ones, something I never thought I'd be able to do or would have the skill, or I didn't know if I had the gift to do these things. Spirit will really show you some spectacular things. They told me to do this EXO quarantina. So what I was experiencing the first time was a lot of triggers to go within and do some healing work on my masculine energy. Um, I have abandonment issues because of the fact when I was coming up, I came up without my father. Okay, he was off. And it just started college. Okay, my parents were young parents. Okay, I was basically like a high school scandal baby. My dad was valedictorian, okay? And as far as he knew, no one even had a girlfriend. But yet my mom was pregnant with me, okay? And she didn't really receive the right acknowledgement at that time. Everybody looked at her like she was trying to mess up some kid's future when she was just as bright as he was. All these kinds of things. I didn't grow up with my masculine energy present. I grew up developing certain abandonment issues, senses of abandonment when it came to masculine energy. Okay. And then not only that, but I also developed this whole caregiver thing. Okay. Where I don't know, in my mind, people left or would leave if you didn't, you know, do certain things for them or prove yourself useful. So, like the abandonment thing triggered this whole me trying to prove myself type thing, and it caused certain triggers in regards to grandfathers, my father, um, things of this nature. So when I went home this spring, all of that got brought to the surface, okay, for me to deal with and heal. Because there were certain things I never said to my father, certain things I never said to my grandfather about how certain things they did or said would make me feel. I got triggered in that moment because I'm like, really? Is it still mama's baby, daddy's maybe after all this time? After 31 years. I just turned 32, guys. You know, but it's like after all this time, after 30 something years, you mean to tell me it's still mama's baby, daddy's maybe around here? I'm like, essentially risk myself to come home and see about my elders. I hadn't been home in over 5 years. I didn't know if I would get a chance to go back home after COVID. I didn't know if my grandparents would thrive through the situation for me to go back to see them. The divine provided an opportunity for me to go see them. And so I came to see them. And it's like, you meaning to tell me I could risk myself and come 500 miles and you won't risk yourself to just come out and see me or let me see you? Are you insane? Where is the love? Like, it sent me into a tailspin because I felt like, I remember telling my grandmother's like, where is people's hearts at? And I felt like that's what the divine was asking. Where is your heart at? No, where is the love? Okay. See, love. That's what it is. Okay. existence. Okay? Let's put it to you like this: the divine source, whatever we want to call it, right, has to love itself enough to will itself into existence. The I am. Okay? The vibration, the frequency, sound, and vibration that is all of existence. Okay? That's why we say God is love, because God essentially had to first love itself in order to will itself into being. And this is why ultimately we have to love ourselves first. This is why ultimately we house the spirit of the divine. The divine is within us. You know what I mean? And this is why you have to love yourself first, or it forces you to love yourself first, because the true essence of the creator is hidden within you. Okay? So there's this whole thing that's been emerging here. Okay. Um, the first message I brought when quarantine first kicked off, I was very emotionally triggered at that time due to everything I just told you. Okay. And so it triggered certain reactions because my one of my grandfathers saw the message and I was going ham, okay, about how none of their little vices or nothing was gonna, none of their vices or what had been sustaining them up until that point were getting ready to be available. You know, you can't run from your problems. You can't go gamble. You can't ride in the street and holler at no young things. Okay. I was going off. Okay. Because I felt like you can make room for all of those things. But of course, you couldn't make room to come see me, even though I had made room to try to come see you. Okay. And it was this whole trigger thing. And it made me realize, well, okay, my whole life I've been looking for like some kind of emotional security. Okay. Because I've never been really emotionally secure. Okay. Even though I had a loving mom that took care of me, I still bore the brunt of, you know, a lot of things because she was a young mom. She's very highly emotional, a lot of emotional woundings and traumas that I, you know, got from her, you know, and we carry traumas from even us being in the womb. When we are in the womb, our moms are experiencing certain traumas. We carry these traumas. They become a part of us. Okay, so the emotional traumas. Oh, I wish y'all could see how the flame is going crazy. They are literally, they are literally blowing the flame like. I wish y'all could see it. Okay, be it I was carrying these emotional traumas, so my whole life I was looking for some sort of emotional security. Um, and not only that, I went out of my way to provide emotional security for other people because I knew it's what I wanted. And in my mind, as long as I kept giving what it was I wanted to receive, eventually someone would show up for me and give that, right? And me becoming triggered and angry is because I realized no one was, right? But it and allowed me to see that no, I'm who I've been waiting for, type shit. Okay? I'm who I've been waiting for. Okay? All is love and everything I give off to others, all the emotional security I try to provide to others. I'm upset because I'm not giving that to me first. And why wouldn't I if I'm the one that's providing it for so many other people? It was like what happened is it triggered me. My ancestors, angels, and guides, they helped me to see that I have to, first of all, that I'm the greatest love of all, me, okay? And that I have to give that back to myself. Okay? Otherwise, you give and you give and you give and you have nothing. Okay? Still, no matter how much you gave, because you didn't give to the right person first. It's important for us to treat ourselves more gently. We are the divine. That's the thing. We house the spirit of the divine. Okay? The divine constantly gives. Constantly gives. Okay? It's love. It's pure love in its rawest form. Okay? Giving is one of the highest expressions of that. Okay? So yes. But when we don't give here first, okay? We allow ourselves to feel victimized. It reiterizes the victimization, okay? And what could happen is where you end up experiencing that same tower moment over and over and over and over. Because if you don't ever realize, like, no, I have to give this to me. No one else is going to give me emotional security except for me. Okay? If the love I give out, others are incapable of giving in return, why wouldn't I give it to me first before I go out giving it willy-nilly to everyone else? Okay? Classic empath mistake. Okay? Classic rookie empath mistake. Okay, allowing yourselves to be drained by the toxic energies around you. Okay, a lot of us have families with narcissistic tendencies. Okay, if they're not just flat out narcissist cold. Okay, um, a lot of us are dealing with people that have been very desensitized on an emotional level. Okay, that means they can take and take and take and take emotionally because they're sociopathic. They don't understand the realm of emotion. They don't understand that constant need for attention, be it good or bad, how that actually drains you of your actual life force. They don't realize how they are sucking you dry. You see what I'm saying? And so you have to look out for number one, okay? That means you have to look out for you. You have to love yourself enough to value yourself and put yourself first. People say that all the time to us, right? So cliche. Put yourself first. We don't understand how. How to do that, okay? All right. Hey, Danyell. Okay. Well, okay. Ordinarily, this is different. I'm just sharing my experience because I'm getting channel messages from my loved ones. So I'm sharing my experience. But no, totally legit. Okay, Wednesday nights. If you want a channel message from your particular loved one, okay, you can send a donation of any size to $T Honey the artist. Okay, that's TEAHONEY the artist. Okay, you can donate an amount of any size. Okay, let me know as soon as you've done that, and then we can get channel messages from your mind. Now, I just open up the Divine channel and see who comes through, and those that make a donation, I can get messages from a specific loved one. Okay, so that's how these are going to be working on Wednesday nights, Danielle. So that's how it goes. Okay, so you let me know. Okay, whether it be this Wednesday or next Wednesday, it's all love. T Honey the artist on Cash App. Make a donation of any size, okay? And I could get channel messages from your mind. So that is how these messages work generally. Okay. Okay. But tonight was my birthday, so it's going a little differently tonight. Sometimes spirit calls the audible, and you just gotta roll with the punches. Sometimes, so I was guided to give messages from my passed on loved ones tonight because I've been channeling them so strongly because they've been around me so much because it's my birthday. Okay, so I'm gonna just continue giving the channel messages that I've been getting. Okay, they told me to name this EXO Quarantina. Okay, so it's the messages that we need to emerge from the quarantine. Okay. Oh shit, Danyell, you said done? What kind of done? Done like you made a donation done? I'm like, what kind of done? Yep, there it is. Oh snap. I'ma tell my mama. Oh shit. That's so funny. Oh, thank you, Danielle. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna open up the divine channel and we are going to get some messages from your mom. Okay? Yes, we are. All right. Okay. If you can, just give me 2 minutes. I'm going to try to put a final staple in that thought I was just in. Okay? And then I'm going to open up the channel here and get some messages from your mom. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. What a lovely birthday gift. Thank you, Danielle. Okay. All right. Sweet. So I'm so happy to have some participation in this manner. Okay, I'm excited. Sweet. Okay. Oh, Danielle, did you finish watching the Mystery Machine message for Monday? I know I got cut off. But I pinned it in the comments. Make sure that you go watch that part too, because it got so real, Danielle. It got real. All right? Yeah, it got real. So you got to watch that. But let me put a final staple here and then give us some messages from your mom. So, all right. So I feel like with them wanting to name this EXO Quarantina, I'm going to pin in the comment section my experience entering this quarantine COVID situation, so that you guys can see, I guess, the growth, the transformation, because that's what this whole thing has been about. Okay. Um, the divine using COVID to show us how energy works, how energy moves, how energy is transferable. Okay. The amount of power each individual holds with that. Okay. The triggers that was going to bring about, seeing that, because it was meant to trigger us into an awakening, cause us to be more aware of ourselves, more aware of our actions, more aware of what triggers us, because what triggers us is what's meant to help us grow, is what we're meant to look at. um and when we look at those things, that's what causes and brings about the transformation. The whole quarantine experience was like the divine star seeds being put into a collective cocoon. Okay. It was like we were collectively put in a cocooning phase. Okay. And so we've been in this uh the throes of 2020, and all the turmoil and the chaos and things like this. uh yeah, Danielle, that's what I was speaking on. Us dealing with these narcissistic energies in our families, as we become more aware of us ourselves and more aware of energy, we're realizing, holy shit. I've been raised by just narcissistic ass people. They never taught me to love myself. They never taught me to value me. They basically just raised me in a way to which I would be this ample energy source for them. Boom. Okay. And so that's been my 2020. That's been a lot of our 2020. That's been a lot of us having to realize, holy shit. You know, talk about waking up in the belly of the beast, right? You know what I'm saying? But when butterflies are in that cocoon phase, they completely transform and transfigure. Okay, so this is us trying to figure out how to transform, how to transmute, how to transfigure these energies. Okay, because we can no longer just be victims of narcissistic abuse. We can't just say, oh, well, I was just raised this way to always give myself until I have nothing else left to give and then no one gives to me. That's that's what they want, okay? That was what that's what you were given because the divine needed you to see. That's another thing I've been getting to is that we needed to see these things. Even though it hurts us, we needed to see the truth of the energies that we've been dealing with in order to transcend them. We can't transcend the energy if we don't know the truth of the energy. Okay? We can't, we have to know what the energy is so that we understand how to go about transmuting it, if that makes sense. We have to know and be aware and be cognizant of what the energy was around us, okay, so that we can understand how to best go about loving ourselves and giving ourselves to our energy. You know, giving ourselves that energy first, giving ourselves that love first, how to regenerate that love within us, and then how to stop giving our power away, because those triggers made me realize that just in my reaction, just in me getting upset and irritated and going off and going ham, that's a lot of energy and a lot of power I just gave away to somebody that don't care, to somebody who actually enjoys seeing me get worked up. Okay? And so when you value yourself and you value your energy to the point where when you experience that trigger and you know that person wants that reaction from you, even though you really want to give it to their ass, you pull back and be like, no, nothing to say to you, you know, completely just dismiss it, you know, because we weren't shown how much we truly give our power away. And I feel like this is the ancestors, angels, and guides wanting us to take our power back, trying to help us recoup and recover some of the loss of that power. A lot of us are in this cocooning phase where we are recouping power that we've lost over even the course of past lives. Okay, because it's things that your ancestors, angels, and guides were dealing with when they were here. Okay, a lot of us are doing huge soul retrieval. You're retrieving all of you that was lost through the ages, so that you can walk into the new age of Aquarius whole. And that's the Exito Quarantina. That's this is us taking all of that we've experienced and utilizing these triggers and figuring out how to transmute this energy for our highest good. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay. So we're gonna put the staple right there. Okay. It's been a struggle for me. I basically had to raise myself because of the narcissism. Yes. Um, I completely understand this, Danyell. Um, Still not having the developmental markers. That's very interesting that you said that because I experienced exactly what you're talking tonight, with one of my cousins. Okay, so I had some cousins come visit Minneapolis for the first time in like over a decade, and um, I could tell that he's going through an ascensional process or going through a spiritual awakening of some sort. Um, just looking at him in conversation, I could tell. I'm like, holy shit, you're channeling energy, bro. You don't even realize it. Um, he was talking about how he was hearing the frequencies in his ear. I'm like, you know that's your ancestors, angels, and guides talking to you, right? I'm like, if you could pay attention to what you were thinking or what you may be forgetting or need to be aware of when you hear the tones, because it has something to do with it. And then we went about our night, and like maybe an hour later, we went inside and was talking to his mom. He realized that he forgot an emblem with his grandmother ashes in it um, in our hometown because they stopped and visited there first before coming here. He realized he left it behind um, when I was talking to him. Like it triggered something I said, triggered a reaction and made him remember, oh shit, I left that behind. And I was like, well, that's why you were hearing the frequencies. They were trying to get you to remember that you left that there. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to get your attention. That's why you were hearing it. And he's like, oh shit, yeah, that totally makes sense, you know? So what you said about developmental markers, Danielle, that's very key. And I feel like that's what my great aunts and uncles were wanting to do. They're wanting to give us some of those markers. Okay? Because uh unless you know those markers or you know some of the symptoms of ascension, you won't know that that's what you're dealing with. You won't know that you're going through a spiritual awakening. He was hearing them frequencies. Did he know at that moment those were his ancestors, angels, and guides? No, he didn't know that particular developmental marker. But now that he's aware of it, now when it happens going forward, he will know to pay attention. No, this is a sign or an omen. I need to be aware of something. There's something I need to be aware of or pay attention to. Um, so I feel like that's very paramount what you're saying with the developmental markers. And I feel like that's why they brought up my being triggered going into quarantine, that first message I brought up, and how everything has played out to the present. Okay. Um, I feel like that's what they're trying to do is that they're trying to give us markers. So if you've been experiencing tower moments or if you've been experiencing those triggers, they're wanting us to know, no, that's a marker. Every time you're triggered and you realizing it's a trigger and you can actively work on what was triggered or what was brought up, if you could actively begin to work on that, that is how we transform and transfigure this energy. Okay? It's exactly what you're saying. Okay, here. All right. Like, I don't know how to bond with people, even though I'm a deep empath. I feel so deeply for people in my life, but never learned attachment. I don't know how to be present or how to commit to anyone. Well, that's the thing, Danielle. Okay, so let's get the channel messages now. I think I could feel the. I think I could feel your mom. Because when I read that message, I felt mom energy. Like I wanted to tell you like how mom would. Okay. Just give me a moment. Are y'all like are y'all like on the shorter end, Danielle? Like are y'all kind of short even for women? I believe this is her. She's coming off very loving and very much apologetic. She's coming across very much like um, wanting and desiring your forgiveness. I don't know if you see the color green, or I don't know if you get those rushes of air right past you when she's around, like that rush of air, like that breeze that it couldn't come from anywhere. You know what I mean? I don't know if you feel her when she's around, or if you feel warm, or if you get flashes of green, like, or if you see green in your third eye vision a lot. It's because she's attempting to send you love here. Like she sends you love all the time. And she like 5 foot. Okay. So tall. Okay. She's coming across very apologetic. She like it's like she sees you struggling with certain things, and if you cry, it's like she weeps with you. It's like she feels away because she's learning things now, having passed on. She's learning a lot from watching you, okay? And being on the other side, they can see where they messed up, or they see you struggling with a certain thing. They know it's because of them, or they know it's because something they were struggling with, or they know what we're struggling with is a direct reflection of something they neglected to give us, basically. And so if you ever feel really warm all of a sudden, or if you're all of a sudden getting flashes of green, or if you feel that air, that breeze whoosh right by, but there's no fan or no window open or anything, um, 9 times out of 10, this is her. Uh, did she wear a particular scent? Did she wear a particular scent or a particular perfume? Like I'm getting this sense of like I feel like I could almost smell her. Or I feel like maybe you're clairsalient. Maybe you can smell her. Have you ever had any instance where you feel like you can smell her? Like you feel like you know she's just been in your space? Um, Let me know if you're experiencing anything like that, Danyell, because that's what I'm picking up on. It's almost like you can feel her, or almost like you can smell her. Um, if you pay attention, she gives you signs when you should see how my flame's going crazy on this candle. She gives you signs and symbols all the time when she's around. Um, when you were younger. Okay. She's coming forward tonight. She's wanting to help you open up more. Naturally, when we were younger, we were more tapped in, we were more tuned in, okay? Before the world got its hands on us, you know what I'm saying? We were really tapped in before we started trying to fit in and conform or things like this. So she's coming in tonight in hopes of uh inspiring some forgiveness, within you? A very intense sniffer. That's what I was getting. Like, yes, you have a very clear sense of smell. Very, very. It's one of your gifts, okay? It's one of your gifts, your sense of smell. It's one of your stronger clairs. I definitely was getting that. That's why I was like, what's up with this sniffing? Why it's like I could almost smell it. Okay. Um, she knows about some of what I'm talking about here. She went through some things in her childhood. Like she's telling me that she can relate to what I was speaking on as far as like uh I was speaking on how I developed certain abandonment issues and how this particular cycle plays out when you feel this sense of abandonment. Um and how you almost become a people pleaser because you feel like by doing things or by proving yourself in some manner is supposed to have them stick around or make people want to stick around. But oh, gotcha. She was hurt bad. She was hurt bad and it made her split personalities. This is why, okay, this is why she's coming off so apologetic. She didn't realize it living, but she realizes it now. Um, that the way she was, um, it was in an unhealthy way mentally. Like she never understood how to process certain emotions. She never she battled her whole life with the things we're dealing with and talking about. She battled her whole life with them. Um, and it makes her weak. Like at times when you're dealing with these things, she feels like it was a result of uh her being unable to nurture you in a way. Um, oh wow. Okay. Oh, United States of Terror. Oh man. And her mom wasn't very loving at all. See, yeah, this is why she's coming forward. She really hopes that you can be in a place or in a space where you can forgive her because she really is very sorry. I feel like she's around you, trying to nurture you and love on you, um, in any possible way. I feel like, oh, see, yes, Danyell, this is what I was just speaking on. How it seemed like right when I was talking about how we deal with narcissistic and sociopathic energies in families and friends, it seemed like when I was speaking on that, uh, that's when you popped on here. It seems like right when I was speaking of this energy, you hopped on. The divine makes no mistakes. That's what my ancestors, angels, and guides wanted me to come forth and talk about and heal tonight. I have no doubt in my mind that you were guided. You were guided to this live tonight to get these messages from her. I know it. I just know it for a fact. Because when you said what you said about her being a sociopath, or her not being able to understand or process on an emotional level, okay, I was speaking on how we carry certain traumas from even the womb, certain traumas from even being in the womb. So hopefully you can forgive your mom, because understand, when she was a seedling, when she was just a little egg, okay, in her mother's womb, the lovelessness, okay, she she was bred in a loveless womb. And that's not my words, that's hers. She was bred and incubated in a loveless womb. She's in a place, in a space where she's just now on the other side, learning how to forgive her mom. Um, watching you, and her ultimately wanting your forgiveness and wanting to nurture. She's around you, wanting to love on you and nurture you. She tries to help you through anything. Um, if there's any point in time, where your thoughts feel, it's like if you're trying to work through something and your thoughts briefly feel disheveled, if you feel a calm come over you after, I feel like this is when you notice that she's around. Because I feel like she was scattered mentally. I feel like she spent a lot of time. Okay, this is what sociopaths go through. Because they lack that empathetic nature, or because they're lacking that component that helps you to process the emotions. What they begin to do, they try to, God, my my guides are showing me like one of those dresser drawer organizers. They're showing me like a organizer, but they're showing it to me in a brain. Okay, it was like she tried to mentally understand her. It was like she was trying to mentally organize emotions. Okay, you know how we try to yes, she tried to understand emotions by compartmentalizing, Danyell. Yes, that is what she tried to understand emotions by compartmentalizing them in her mind. She was trying to organize them, how we organize our thoughts, how we try to organize our thoughts. This is what sociopaths deal with. They try to mentally do that, but with emotions, because they lack that component to actively process them. Okay, it was a result of her. It was a result of her experience. Not only wasn't it a result, Not only was it a result of her experience with her mom. This is She's trying to help you heal here. Again, this is about soul retrieval, Danyell. This is about retrieving our energy and parts of our power and parts of us that was lost across the ages. Okay? Because we're moving into a new age. We're moving into the age of Aquarius now. Okay? By us being in this transformative period, by us being in a collective cocoon. Okay? We're getting ready to emerge from the chrysalis into the age of Aquarius. But we have to emerge whole. Okay? We can't still be caterpillar soup inside the chrysalis trying to come out. No. We have to transform and transfigure this stuff all the way so that we can emerge whole. I can't imagine healing stuff. There's someone. Okay, so here's the thing, Danyell. And that's the part she's around trying to help heal. Okay, is the part about the relationships or the part about being able to connect with people. All empaths go through this on a certain level because we deeply connect with people on an emotional level. We can understand their pain. It's like we see that love energy that they need. We want to give it in some way. But then what happens is because people didn't give it to us, and because we didn't know how to give that to ourselves first, we begin to become drained. Okay, we become drained. What do? We get angry with people for not loving us in the way which we love them, or not being able to give us to. They're not able to give to us in a way in which we give to them. So we become frustrated. We begin to shut them connections down. We begin to push them people off or push them people away, or we're deeply triggered by something these people say or do. It brings up a trauma or a wound from the past. But it's all to have a see. What you're healing, Danyell, isn't easy. Okay? It's not an easy thing to heal. In fact, this is energy that your matriarchs have been struggling with on your family line. I want to say the past 4 or 5 generations. Okay? And your mom's around because you're so close. Okay? You're so close to retrieving what was lost. You're already born far more empathic than what they were. Okay? But see, empathy is a gift. Okay? Remember that. Remember that, Danyell. Empathy is a gift. Okay? Especially, with you coming from women that lacked empathy, that lacked that nurturing nature, being able to connect to people, being able to feel what it is that they actually need, being able to understand what it is you are lacking or what it is you feel like you need, being able to seek a way to give that to yourself, being able to help others, that's a gift. Even though it feels like you may have been struggling with connecting with others, it's okay. Because guess what, Danyell? We spend our whole lives attaching to shit that when we get up in this age now, guess what we're having to master now? The principle of detachment. We're having to release everything and let it all go again. These attachments that we've been making our whole lives. We're having to release and surrender it all now. Okay, because with mastership, you have to master the principle of detachment. We can't stay attached. Okay? So you're kind of ahead of the game in a way. Okay? It's probably not as difficult for you to detach from things that you deem unhealthy or things that you notice make you feel a way or things that you notice that are having an unhealthy effect on you. It's probably far easier for you to actually surrender that thing if you weren't that emotionally connected to it in the first place. Okay, so you're actually in a prime situation. Okay, they're really here trying to help you heal this. And I feel like it's not just your mother. I feel like she's been working through some of this and having to heal certain things um, with her mom or with her mom's mom. She making me feel like on the other side, she's having to actively work on healing and forgiveness with them in efforts to encourage it within you. They're still around trying to make the atonement. She's still around you, guiding you. If you pay attention, she guided you to this particular life. Um, and before you came on, I was just speaking about um how it's hard for us to make it through this part of ascension. It's hard for us to make it through these deep, deep changes and transformations because we're looking at it from the space of, oh man, I never learned this, or oh man, I never learned that, or what? This is my path, this is my purpose, this is what the divine wants me to do. How am I supposed to do that? You know what I'm saying? It seems like, again, you feel like how you're saying, you know, you you begin to realize you feel like you're missing something, or you can't even fathom the fact that you're the one that is being called to make such a big change. It seems difficult to believe that you're the one that's responsible for such a major shift. But you are. You're here. You're alive at this time because you have the power to make the shift. Your mom may have not had that power. Your grandma may have not had that power. But this is why the divine sent you. This is why the divine sent you to this particular family. This is why the divine sent you to this particular family line. Um, you are a blessing unto this part of this family line. You are a blessing. You are the one that was sent to help balance these energies. You are the one that had the power to help retrieve the light or the love that was lost across the ages. This is soul retrieval at its finest. You're not just healing what happened to you in this lifetime. If it feels like it's been extra difficult or it's been extra hard, okay, be patient with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Nurture yourself. Tell yourself, okay, Danyell, it's okay. Okay? It's all right. We don't have to figure it all out today. You know? If you can work through one trigger and work on that once a day, You did good. You know? And this is us learning how to let ourselves off the hook, right? What you said is really important about the letting go, right? It letting go is so hard. But I feel like what you're healing is not just what you went through in this lifetime. You're healing for you. You're healing what went on in your mom's lifetime. You're healing what went on in your grandmother's lifetime and in her mother's lifetime. You're going back on this family line and reclaiming this love. I got the arms. Oh man, I felt the hairs on my arms stand up. You're retrieving this love. Okay? She's around you. She's encouraging you. You have the will, you have the desire, you have the drive to do this. And you have worked through a lot, and you have released a lot. I'm getting a lot of releasing. Okay. Um, it's okay. Go connect with Mother Gaia. Go connect with the earth. Connect with the tree. You can vent. You can release all of these emotions, things you've been holding inside. Okay, you can go, you can hug a tree, you can let all of that out. It'll help. um and then let yourself off the hook. you know that's another part of letting go too, because we do feel responsible for so much, and we are the ones that was sent, and we are on a divine mission, we are on a purpose, but we're still here for an experience. It's okay. Let yourself off the hook. It's going to be times when you mess up. Let yourself off the hook. Tell yourself it's okay. Be gentle with yourself. You're working through eons of healing. You know, you're healing what went on with you in your past lives. You're healing what went on this family line. Um, please tell her I forgive her for Sam. I'm sorry that I made her feel so bad for so long. And I'm sorry it affected me so deeply for so long. She knows. She knows. I don't know if you feel it, but she hugs you. She hugs you. Um, times when you're upset, or you know, she hugs you. She shows you love. She knows. And she's deeply, deeply sorry for what happened as well. She is also very, very apologetic for what happened as well. She is sorry that she ever allowed any harm to ever come to you. Like, she is so sorry about it. And this is why she's very much around. She is acting as a guide for you. Um, she knows now the mistake she's made. Um, when they get to the other side, they can see their errors. They can see how things affected us and impacted us, how things shaped us. Um, they see how we still carry things that they went through, and they make it their business. They make it their business. She's making it her business to be around for you. She feels like she feels, yeah, this sense of duty, this sense of great purpose to you. She she feels that way. She she's making it her business to be around to help you with this. She is not going to leave you dealing with this and battling all this stuff by yourself. That's the feeling she's giving me. Um She's there to help you fight. Um, she is. It's okay. It's okay, Danyell. Just watch the playback a little bit. She's very, very empathetic. She's very apologetic. She knows that you're sorry. She feels that, and she's made it her business to be around to help you with this. She did not and will not. She will not leave you alone to deal with all of this stuff on your own. Okay? She's leading you to things to help you overcome what you've been going through. Like when you're on here, when you feel intuitively guided to watch certain videos, she's guiding you towards certain videos so you can receive certain messages to overcome what it was that's been hindering you. She is there. She is there for you. I can't figure out how to open my third eye. I get some things out about intuition. Well, okay. Opening your third eye. Okay. You can open up. It's going to require a lot of grounding work for you, connecting with Mother Nature. Okay. Connect with connect with Mother Earth. Connect with Mother Gaia. Okay. Um, Work on some guided meditations. Try some guided meditations here on the YouTube. Try some guided third eye meditations and work on that. Work on it for like a month, okay? And then you will begin to see and hear more. You'll feel your clairs kick on. Also diet, Danyell. Also diet will also help eating as clean or as raw as you can, drinking lots and lots of water. Oh, I need her to forgive herself for me. We're good now. I don't want to feel any more pain. Yes, we're truly good from here. This is why she led you to this message. She wants you to know that she knows how deeply sorry you are. And she wants you to know she feels the very same way in regards to you. She's very, very apologetic. Okay. She Okay, if you have been feeling pain or triggers as it relates to her, it's only because she's bringing it up to try to get you to see that it's okay, that you can let yourself off the hook. You're working through healing, not just for yourself. You're healing that family line, and you're reclaiming pieces of your power that was lost in past lives. So you're recovering a lot of a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom. Okay, you're recovering this love energy that was lost on this line. Um, this message began with me talking about how God, the creator, source, energy is a love. How, in order for existence to have even occurred, the divine had to love itself enough to will itself into existence. Okay? The I am, the frequency, the vibration that created all of existence. This is why God is love. This is why the force of love is ultimately God, and nothing can conquer it because it's because of that feeling, that love, that everything exists. Um, yes, sometimes it gets messy. Yes, sometimes love, it gets messy, it gets murky, sometimes it gets unclear. It has to be recomprised. It has to be transmuted. It has to be transformed and transfigured. And I feel like our generation is the generation that is meant to transform and transmute and heal these energies. Um, and she is a guide of yours. She's around you, bringing up certain triggers. She's right there with you, working through these things with you. Um, she's guiding you to certain messages or guiding you to certain videos that have certain breakthrough messages in them for you. Pay attention to certain songs, pay attention to things that you're thinking about, and then you seeing or hearing something right after. She's giving me the impression that she gives you messages somehow, or she's trying to give you omens somehow. Okay. Um, Pay attention to the number syncs. I'm sure you're getting a lot of synchronicities. I need to know my birth time to try to get some retrieval done. Okay. All right. Okay, so Danyell, about your birth time. Okay. Uh okay. About your birth time. Um you can put in ah yes, Danyell, yes. This is her speaking to you when you're getting certain messages from songs and things of this nature, or you know, certain messages come up about forgiveness or letting go or whatever, things like this in the song. She's speaking to you. She's trying to let you know that you're not going through all of this alone, that she is there with you, that she is helping. She is. Um no, it's true. It's true. You're totally divinely protected. It's because we are meant for this time. Our ancestors, angels, and guides have been working to protect us for specifically this time. Danyell, are you part of the generation that grew up with Pluto in Scorpio? Pluto and Scorpio? Do you have the Pluto and Scorpio placement? As far as your birth time or not knowing it, just put in 12 noon for that day. Okay? Just put in 12 noon for that day. Okay? Also, a nifty way to try to figure out your birth time, channel your mom. Go into a meditative state. Call your mother in. Get you a pendulum. Do you have your pendulum, Danyell? If you don't have your pendulum, you can make one. Just tie a weight or a crystal to the end of a string. You can even use a necklace or what have you. Ask for the yes or no. Hold it over your hand. Ask to see the yes or the no. See which way is yes. See which way is no. Okay? You can ask, was I born in the morning? See if you get a yes or no. Was I born in the evening? Okay? Get you a yes or no. You can then narrow down the window of time. Okay? Get you a pendulum, Danyell. Okay? Get you a pendulum. And you can talk to her, and you can ask your ancestors, angels, and guides. You can ask them questions, okay? And they can guide you. Yes, or if you need yes or no's, they can guide you to certain information in that manner, okay? Yes, I knew it. I knew it. Oh my God, Danyell. I wish you could have seen that. I got an orb fly by. I caught that with my eye. An orb fly by went like boom. Soon as you said that about the pendulum. Yeah, that's what they told me to tell you, is that you can utilize that pendulum as, was I born in the morning? Was I born in the evening? First, start by getting your yes or your no. Once you lock down which way is yes or no for you, you can ask your mom, you can ask your ancestors, angels, and guides certain questions. You can narrow it down. You can narrow it down. Yes, yes, yes. Yay! I'm so happy. Yes. And you can narrow down your time that way. You can narrow down your time window and pull the chart up. I guarantee you're part of this generation with Scorpio and Pluto, more likely than not. If you were born before 1996, yeah, I think we all had the Pluto and Scorpio placement. We're the generation that was preserved specifically for this time, a deep transformation. The world is going through a deep healing, and we are going through a deep healing right now as ourselves. But we are going to heal this. But you're not alone. Your ancestors, angels, and guides, they're with you, helping you heal this. And then us, divine star seeds, we are all here helping each other to heal. And we are literally getting ready to create new heaven and new earth. Oh, wow. Wow. Hold on. When did it start? When did it start? I have no idea when Pluto and Scorpio started. It may have been 79, or it may have been uh the 80s. It takes a long time for Pluto to transit. So that's when it could have hit. That's when it could have hit Scorpio. Check out your placements. Check out your placements. If you don't have the Pluto in Scorpio yourself, this information will help you to heal and transform. And it will help you, if you have any 30s, anyone in their 30s, 25 to 30, if you have anybody like that age around you, you're going to be able to help them awaken to their transformations. Like us divine star seeds, we get certain information, and it triggers certain awakenings or certain transformations within other star seeds when we give or deliver certain information. So yes. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. But definitely work with your pendulum. Definitely they're with you, guiding you. They're gonna get you some yes or no's. And then I guess, I don't know, let me know once you narrow down the time window. I could help you, or I could do a birth chart analysis or a birth chart interpretation for you if you like. Let me know if you want like a natal chart reading or anything like that. You can always hit me up, message me, facebook.com/ the Order of the Sacred Ones. Message me or hit me up. Let me know if you want a natal chart reading or anything like that done. We can get deeper into that. But I thank you so much, Danyell, and much love to your mom for coming through. Thank you so much for these messages. Uh, oh, she met some of my great aunts and uncles. She met some of my great aunts and uncles, by the way, because the information that they were bringing in for me to give to the collective tonight, it specifically resonated with your mom, okay? And because she knew I'd be talking about these topics, she actually helped guide you here so that you can get these messages from her, okay? And so that you can be furthered on your path, okay? So salute to your mom, okay? Shout out to her. Shout out to your ancestors, angels, and guides for guiding you here, okay? Much love to them. Much love to you guys on the other side, ancestors, okay? I started this reading. They had me started off on some Sesame Street shit. Brought to you by the letter A. A for angels and ancestors. Okay? They're guiding us. They are here. They're very much still around. Okay? They wanted me to take it back Sesame Street style. ABC 1, 2, 3. Okay? Keep everything nice and simple. Okay? Make sure that, oh, okay. This is an interesting place, Miss Danyell. For sure. For sure. Check out where you have Pluto. Because that's what needs to be transformed. Okay? Or that's the energy it would help you to work on healing. Wherever it is you have Pluto. Okay? Okay. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me for this special live. Thank you so much, Danyell, for your donation. Salute to you. Salute to your mom. Much love to your healing process. Oh, wow, Danyell. Wow. Jesus. I was born on her birthday and she passed on Christmas. Yes, there's always contradictions in our chart, Danyell. Libra Pluto, Danyell, honey hush. Libra Pluto. So Pluto hadn't hit Scorpio yet in 79. Okay. So if you're around any of us that was born mid to late 80s, okay, this is who you're going to be helping. Okay? Libra. What is Libra? Balance. It's the scales. It's justice. Okay? You are helping to bring in divine justice for your matriarchal line. You are helping to bring in divine love and divine justice, balance, complete restoration. This is what you come to bring, Danyell. Okay? But take it step by step. Don't overwhelm yourself by thinking of what you have to do as a whole. No one understands. Every little step I take, you will be there. Every little step I make, we'll be together. I don't know why they dropped in Bobby Brown. That's because it's my birthday, and Bobby Brown was on the charts #1 all of 88. Okay, the year I was born. Okay, but every little step you take, your guides and your ancestors angels are there, and they're guiding you to one thing today, another thing tomorrow, another thing tomorrow. We see the healing we have to do as, a big overwhelming task or project. But you don't have to be overwhelmed. They're piecing us off. They're giving it to us bits and pieces. We just take it one step, one piece at a time. We don't have to worry. We don't have to overwhelm ourselves. Just let them guide you and take you step by step. One thing at a time. Okay? Okay. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay? So, yep, went from your childhood. So when you were about 9 or 10, that was the joint. That was the jam. Bobby Brown was the man when you were 10. Bobby Brown was a man when you were 10, okay? Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Danyell. Peace and love supreme to you all, my viewers. Make sure you smash the like. Make sure you watch the playback. I'm sure everyone could take something from this message. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and do subscribe. And if you like, tune in next Wednesday, okay? Live for donation. I can get you a message from a passed on loved one, okay? Or I'll just open up the divine channel and see who comes through. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hello, Jenna. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you catch the playback. It was some very powerful messages that came through this reading. I will see you guys live next Wednesday. Let me know. All you guys have to do is donate to the Cash App in the description, and I can get you messages from past on loved ones on Wednesday nights live. Otherwise, stick around for the signs. I have to work on Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio still. Okay, I'll finish them up in the next couple of days. Everyone else has been posted, so please watch your sign readings. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate the love, and peace, love supreme to you all, my lovely viewers.